Hello guys, welcome. This is Dr. Mind Eye speaking. Quickly, I'll be answering the questions that I was asked on my Facebook. I made a post and I said you should ask any trading related question and we answer them. Fortunately, this the second time I'm doing this video. I did the video for 1 hour 30 minutes before, only to discover that there was no sound, and that was not a system error. That was an error from my end. There was sound in the first 15 minutes. I joined with my two devices. So I was hearing myself on my other device and I decided to mute this other one I'm speaking with. And the other device is also an admin on this channel. And because I muted it, the sound went off and I didn't know. So I created this channel today specifically to answer questions. I created it so I can use it to screen record and my sound, my voice will be heard as well. And while I would love to do this as we continue, because Facebook restricted me from going live for some time, and some of you have a lot of questions you want to ask. In the meantime, while there's no room to ask that questions yet, until we go live, I decided to use this medium to assist and answer as many questions as I can in video format, so that we would keep ourselves engaged until Facebook remove this restriction, and I'll start inviting guests again that you will learn from and ask them the questions you wish to ask them. And it's going to be for a short while. As you know, I have been doing this thing since this year, and I want to quickly round up this and take a break and focus on myself and prepare for next year, probably by October. From the beginning of this year, I started by doing Twitter Spaces with my co-host Urban Plug, and from there I started my own with Fearless, Abednego Fearless. We did that for 3 months, and immediately we were done with that. In less than a month, I started the Facebook own, and it has been a year of giving out value, and it's just to give out as much as I can before I focus on myself, because very soon, while more things are coming my way, I might be very busy and won't have time for it. So this is how I give back to the community. How I wish to give back to the community. Mind you, it is raining heavily here. I don't know if you can hear me clearly, and I hope you can, and I hope you can see my screen as well. Okay, so I'm going to be doing this in a 2-part series. The first one, I will make sure the video is no more than 30 minutes, maybe between 25 to 30 minutes. So I will answer as many questions as I can. And the second one, I would also make sure the video is no more than 30 minutes to answer the remaining questions. So I'll go over to my Facebook now, open the comment section, and I will start reading the questions. I've answered all of them before, but there was no sound. So I'll read the questions and answer them, after which, if there's still time, we move on. If there's no time, I will do the part 2 of the video. But one thing I want from you, I will put in the description my YouTube channel link if you are seeing this from Facebook, and my Telegram channel link. Please do well to subscribe to my YouTube channel for future value. I look to do a full course there soon, and also subscribe to my Telegram channel. I post here every day, so you get to see my trades. You can scroll back, you see my trades 4 years ago, how I started, how I document my trades down to how I trade now. If you love the style I trade, and if you must know, I trade just Euro USD for now. And let me go over to Facebook and let's start immediately. I've said quite a lot. Let me check this up. And check this up. Let's focus on here for now. Oh, more comments are coming. But when I was doing this video before, it was 39 comments. Now it's 41. Okay, I'll start from, let me do all comments. I'll start from the top, and We'll keep answering in order until we get to the very last one. So pay very close attention. Let me check Telegram again if this is being recorded. Okay, my video is up, my sound is there, and the recording is on. We are just 5 minutes in. So, first question. It says, please do a top-down analysis from higher time frame to lower time frame. Okay, I will do my best to do that now. I am not a top-down analysis guy. I used to be. I don't do that anymore. Now, there are different ways to do top-down analysis, if I must say. First, I will show you one way here. Maybe later in the future, I can decide to do this thing bi-weekly, once a month, or every week. So when this question repeats itself later, I know it has repeated itself in this very session. But if it repeats itself later, I will show you another way to do top-down. So you get precise entry if you are patient. But for now, let me just do a random way and do top-down. The reason for top-down is to understand the market direction and break down your entry in a way you would love to take it. There's no big deal about it. I'm not a top-down analysis guy. Right? Currently, I don't do top-down analysis when I want to trade. So the highest time frame here is daily. Let's just take it as the highest time frame for now. Although there is the weekly and every other time frame here. And let's just take the daily as the highest time frame for now to do this top down. So what you mainly do when it comes to daily is to understand the recent break of structure, the most recent break of structure, or for me, I read candlesticks. To know my direction, I will read what is happening with candlesticks, so I will know the participants, those that are currently in the market. But I will just use structure, the general way to analyze. And here is it. Now, if you look at structure, the market overall is bullish from this most recent price action, even though over here it has been bearish. And we are not position traders, so let's not look at that. Let's look at the last 20 candles to read this price action, or the last 20 trading days. Let's just look at the last 20 trading days from here. This 27 days. Okay, let's just look at the last structure leg, which is this. So it took out this high, and obviously the market is bullish based on structure. And now, do not consider all of these structures that are inside here. Those are lower time frame structure, internal structures. So let's just mark out a few things. If I am to take any trade from here, and I want to buy this area, I will want to take any buy from. If I want to do anything from this current time frame, I would rather be selling. And if I'm selling, I might be putting my first target here and my second target here, simply because this is a roadblock that might literally start this buy, and this is the last area that will start the buy. If these two areas does not hold, the sell will most likely continue. So the market is currently reacting from this supply area after taking this structure out. So it is an uptrend from this structure, but we might find ourselves not buying because this is not the only time frame to determine what we are going to do. We are just checking the possible zones that will most likely hold. Going to the 4 hours, if I may, how do they say, my lord, if I may. So going to the 4 hour, this is just a roadblock. The roadblock is just to tell you that the market might likely react from here back up before the sell continues. So the roadblock is something I also like to trade if I want to trade it. But looking at this current market price, what do I want to do? Now, this is also a structure. This one is lower time frame structure. So I want to focus on current high and low of this very area. Reading the price action, you would notice that the market is currently reacting from all of this area this very week. I'll talk about this week if I see a question that was asked concerning week. If there is no question, I will just ignore it. Now, seeing that it's currently reacting from this week and the market is currently going down, it tells that even if you want to be on this trade, you should be on the bearish side for now. Even though whether it is bullish or not, even though this area looks like something that will hold a roadblock until we see a good shift of environment, SOE, I'll not be interested in buying, but it's a roadblock. We just want to be aware of the zone. In case we are selling, we know the areas to be aware of. This is one of the areas and this is one of the areas. So from this current area, I actually sold from here. And I took profit here today. I'm taking profit from the market today. But let's just talk about what's currently happening. So for those who wants to use trend line, I'm doing a random top down. You can just use trend line to confirm and say, okay, the area you're interested in, taking a sell from is this area. Somebody asked a question about volume. So maybe when I get there, I'll still come back so you see where the volume is in this market. So from here now, from the 4 hour, you can see, okay, what you most likely want to do is for market to come to this area, even though I will not pick this area as my entry, but my entry is within this area, but not the exact place. So you most likely wait for it to retrace to that point and you sell to this place as the first target, since here is the, what do we call it, first roadblock. So going to the 1 hour, if you want to take your entry from a much lower time frame, you could, oh nice, I like this move. Thank God I'm still holding one trade. Coming from the 1 hour, those that trade strong highs and strong lows, you can now decide to refine this entry to this very area and pick it from there. That is too big to call a refinement. The refinement should be slightly somewhere here. This one, I'm taking that because of volume. I told you I've answered all of these questions before. So from somebody asked a questions on volume. So this was where we got the volume. So you might just, from this whole thing, you might just want to pick the sell from here based on volume. And when it comes there, you just sell from there. Sorry. So you just sell from there and target here. And that's it. If you are taking your entry from the 1 hour. For those who trade trend line, you would know what this trend line is called and why you want to be selling from here, trend line breakout or whatever it is you call it. And this is a good confluence for you. So for those who wants to go to a much lower time frame, if I go to 15 minutes and 5 minutes now, I'll be explaining something different there because those are my time frames. Those are where I play around. So something totally different. I will just say something. I actually took this sale this morning. It's as a result of the 5 minutes. And of course, this buyer took a little bit from maybe reaction. Immediately I saw this reaction, I just closed off the buy. I wasn't interested. If I go over to my other Euro USD now that are here, you will see them, but I'm just using this one for explanation. So I will stop the top down on 1 hour time frame for now. So there's nothing big here again. You already know it comes here, you will sell to this point because this is a roadblock in case it wants to buy. But in case it didn't come there, it just comes down straight like this. You might want to be interested in looking for whatever confirmation you want to use to buy. If the confirmation does not work, ignore the buy. If the confirmation shows itself, you can buy and take profits in this area because another sell might decide to come here because the overall target is here. So the market will resume the sell when it comes there until it hits here before you can decide to want to resume the buy. So that's just a random top-down analysis, a random one based on candlestick, price action structure, whatever it's called. Yet, I don't focus only on that when I want to analyze and trade. So let me quickly go to the next question. We have spent a little time here. Okay. So the next question says, Doctor, please, I need explanation on money transfer. Okay. I might not be able to give you everything you need on that, but let me touch a little on it. Simply because money transfer is a core principle of my strategy. If I don't see money transfer, I do not trade. The whole goal of money transfer, let me give a general example, is to know where liquidity is going or where volume is going. For example, when the market does something like this and breaks here, it comes back like this, and it's doing something like this. There is money here. That's why the market is reacting from wherever it is that is here. Now, the money will only be transferred to this point if it breaks this high. If this high is not taken out, there's no money transfer. So the moment this high is taken out, money has been transferred from here to this place. So because there is money here, the market will not take that place out. It will look for a way to create liquidity before that place and comes to that place and then push up. Then the money has been transferred from here to here. But the moment it does like this, now if this high is not broken, there is no money transfer. So let's say something like this comes, the high is broken, this is the next side that the market is supposed to take. The market decides to do like this and then breaks this low. The money has been transferred from here to this high that wasn't broken. So money transfer is to tell you where the next volume is and where will most likely hold. In case market comes there, it will drop. Where will most likely hold. Money transfer is a core concept of my strategy that I use, and it is one of the things that make me not to care about structure or trend. If you know how I trade, you will know I don't care much about that. So sorry, I have been teaching since 8 a.m. At least 7:30 a.m. It's 12:46. I've not drank water, nothing else. I'm really tired. I just finished another class before this one for 2 hours. So that's just the little I want to say about it. It's just to help you know where money is and the next place that the money will most likely go and how to join the money and make the money and all of that. So money transfer is a core concept of my strategy and something that just giving it out. Not that I can't give it out, but people pay to learn this stuff from me. So giving it out when people pay for it won't be fair to them. Even if I want to give it out, it shouldn't just be immediately because this seems very important to me. I can't just share it now. But with this, if you backtest this, you would come up with something that will help you. So let me go over to the next. Delete this. Go over to the next question. The next question say best time frame to use in determining trade when trading a pair. Okay. I mean to determine direction. I will need to drink water before I continue. Let me pause. Let me mute myself and quickly take water. Okay, let's continue. The best time frame to know the direction of the trend. For this, I'll be very sincere with you. There is no best time frame. It has to be based on you, what you want to do. I can determine the overall trend of the day from the 1 minute time frame. There are things I look out for. I'm very good with candlesticks reading. So I can determine the whole trend of the week, like what will happen the whole week from the 1 minute time frame. If possible, I can use the second time frame. I'm very okay. I can determine the whole trend from the 5 minutes. I can use 15. I can use 1 hour. I can use daily. I can use weekly. So it has to. Now, the fact that I can use all of these does not mean I use them. I use just one. And based on my experience back testing and personality, I found that one to work well for me. I have students that I taught that time frame I use, and they use 1 minute. I have students that use 1 minute. I have students that use 15 minutes. But me, I'm very good with 5 minutes. So even if you learn it from me, you might still have issues. So there is no best time frame. It has to be based on your personality, based on your experience, and based on your system that you pick the time frame. A few years ago, I think 3 years ago, or 2, I can't remember, 1 hour used to be my best time frame. If I don't check the 1 hour, I would never take any trade, no matter how perfect the setup is. Today now, 1 hour is not a good part of the time frame I check when I want to trade. A year ago, it used to be 4 hours. Today, 4 hours is not a part of the time frame I check when I want to trade. You get? A year ago, I can't execute if it is not 15 minutes. Today, 15 minutes is just for me to check whatever. I don't execute from the 15 minutes time frame. So it has to be based on your system you get. So there's no best time frame to determine the direction of the market. Market is always telling a story. Understand the story and you make money. That's the story. I understand the story from this market this morning. And I took my trade. And I hit TP from here to here. You know how many weeks to reward it starts. So I do not need to say much about it. Let's continue. How can we use volume effectively as a trading tool to determine a possible change in trend? Now, I do not stress my head with trying to understand volume with technical analysis. There are technical tools to understand volume. You come over here, trading view just introduce a few tools. This one is the volume candles. Now what these do is when you use it, when you on it, when there's much volume in the market, the candle will just become so big. Just like that candle don't to eat belly full, like it is filled up with so much food. So that candle becomes so big. And if there's no volume there, that candle becomes very small. For example, if you apply that tool now, and this candle is like this before, and there's volume here, you just notice it to become like this. If it is like this before and there's no volume, you just notice it to become like this. You can use that to determine volume, to know where this market will want to reverse. There is volume in this place. We'll talk about that shortly. Mushada volume 2. Okay, there is another one here. This used to be paid, but it's now free because TradingView just introduced this price range volume profile. When you determine this high to this low with that tool and you click OK, it will show you where the volume is. Before it will be showing you the number of orders or how much is there, but now it doesn't. You see, there's more volume here than every other place. So you can decide to mark here now and stretch it. Let me delete this. There's more volume here than any other place from this tool. So you can decide to mark here now in case the market comes here. Here will hold. There is volume from here to here, but the more volume is in this place. So you can do your technical analysis. After analyzing, do your confluence, your trend line. The goal of confluence is just to boost your confidence in a trade. It doesn't mean the trade will hold. You can see hit sell. After all your analysis, you now come to a conclusion. This is where I want to sell from, because your volume tool is saying there, your supply is saying there, the trend line breakout is saying there, your order block is saying there, your whatever is saying there. So now you have enough confluences and you are ready to take the trade there. You can even use this tool to confirm the volume to see, okay, from here to here. You can see the volume of trades that are there. If you check maybe here to here, you see it's not as much as this. So this has more volume and all of that. So instead of to be cracking your head with technical analysis to know volume, you can just use the tools that TradingView has made available and you know volume. You get. So it's nothing to kill yourself about. I don't know which English I just speak. So let's continue. But before then, let me check how many minutes I've gone in this recording. 23 minutes. In 7 minutes, I should find a way to wrap up this, and then we do another video quickly. What is your strategy and how do you enter a trade? Thank you. My strategy is simple, Zoma. It's quite simple. I don't do much. What I do is I go to the daily time frame to check for just one thing. I don't analyze on the daily. There's something I usually check on the daily. When I've checked it, I zoom over to the 5 minutes time frame. On the 5 minutes time frame, I look for money transfer, which is number one. After I see money transfer, then I look for I will not be able to measure it here now. Now I look for another thing, which is also very important. When I see it, check mark. Then I look for one of my entry criteria, which is very important. Then when it is there, I look for my last entry criteria, which is my 3 candles reverse entry. It's more like a confluence. It must, I think when this three candle reverse entry is there, it is here. That's when I usually catch those snipers or those pinpoints. It is very accurate. It gives you the accuracy. Um, there are different three candles reverse entry, but this is the one I discovered, I think early this year when I was back testing with using FX Replay. And I discovered there's something like that, that when I use, it usually confluence with this. And when it comes there, except that trade does not want to hold, it will be a sniper and just reverse immediately. So I don't do much. It's just check the daily for just one thing, check money transfer, check the other thing that aligns with money transfer, and then I check for my entry, and that's all. So I do not stress myself with so much lines, so much labeling, or so much top-down analysis. This is a simple thing I do. You get, so that's my strategy. If I'm to summarize it, that's what I trade. And next question: how do you do your own way of top-down analysis from higher target to lower target? I already answered this. There are different ways to do it. My own way is what I just answered. I check just daily for one thing. I don't analyze here. I check the 5 minutes time frame for my money transfer, and I check the same 5 minutes time frame for something that usually occurs after money transfer. They say 5 minutes time frame is where I check my timing. The same 5 minutes time frame is where I pick my entry. The same 5 minutes time frame is where I do my three candles reverse entry. You get the same 5 minutes time frame is where I choose stop loss, choose take profit, and that's all you get. So that's how I do my own HTF to MTF, higher time frame to lower time frame. And if you need to know more about higher time frame to lower time frame, answer it here earlier, or maybe later in the future as I do this thing again and I get the same question, I will teach you how to do storyline top-down analysis and how when you use it, you get precise entry and you would hardly make losses if you are patient enough. For me, I'm not patient with that. That's why I don't do it. If I have patience enough, I'll be doing it. I'm an impatient trader when it comes to those things. I just want to see what I'm looking for in the lower time frame and execute it. I found what works with my impatience, and that's what I do. It doesn't mean I'm not patient for trades, I'm patient for this. I mean, that top down requires so many confirmation. We can wait for a whole day waiting for confirmation, 2 days waiting for confirmation. Meanwhile, the market is moving. So, and there's always setup. So, I'm not a fan of confirmation entry. So I just prefer to take the risk and make losses. So if it goes against me and if it goes in my favor, I make profit. So you get, so hopefully we'll get to talk about that Sunday. Let me take this last one and we'll end this video. We'll continue from here in our next one. So what do you want to see when you open your chart? What are the confluences that must be in place? I just answered that here. I want to check daily for something that I look for my money transfer, that I look for another thing that comes after money transfer, after which I don't look for liquidity that much because my concept of liquidity, I'll talk about that in the next video, is a bit different. So I'll look for my entry criteria and I set my order, no extra confirmation. So what I want to see is my bias. I just want to get my bias. Buy bias or sell bias. Once I see it, every other thing falls in place. If I don't get a clear bias, I'm not interested in trading. But when I get a clear bias, every other thing falls in place. So the first thing I want to see when I open my chart is my bias to be clear. You get. So continue from this guy that's talking about his model of trading and this image. So I'll end this now and continue from the next video. That's New York session. Oh, what was it trade now? Stop recording.